I'd like to welcome you to the show, to the show, to the show. Introduce you to me, introduce you to me. Hope you like what you see, baby, like what you see. I would like to welcome you to the show, to the show, to the show. Introduce you to me, introduce you to me. Give me something to talk about, talk about. I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight. You're looking so nice. Hey, we shining bright. I would like to sing for you a couple songs that I wrote, but let me clear my throat so I could give you something different than I did last time. I would like to propose a toast. Salute. May all you hold dear and close. Do right and keep you smiling for the rest of your life. So welcome you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Living Room TRT. I'm your host, Big Ran, along with my homeboy, Tony Tone.
Ha, welcome, y'all. It's Tony Tone, that Woody Woo man.
Woo, he came in kind of loud, didn't he? Mm-hmm. Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's having a pleasant evening, even though it's a rainy evening tonight. We got a good one for you tonight. So tonight, as we were going through doing our investigations, running over our stories, our research, we came across something that I presented to Tony, and he just went and took it a little further, got a little more information. And actually, it's a good one. So I'm going to open it with the main topic, and then we're going to get into what all that could lead to. So what happened was I started looking up information about Panama Papers, and I came across this company who, I don't want to say the name of the company, but they are involved in human trafficking. And under that came the fact of 64,000 women and girls are missing in the United States. And I said, damn, 64,000. Nobody's speaking about this. Nobody's talking about this.
I haven't heard anything about it
until
you mentioned it to me. It made me look into it.
This is crazy, people. 64,000 women and little girls.
Black women.
You
got to emphasize
Thank you.
that.
Thank you for correcting me, because you're right.
There's a reason behind everything.
You're right about that. And I must say, my boy went and took it a little further, and we found out some things that I knew, but I didn't know to an extent. So I'm going to let him take it from this point before I go back into my story.
Not that I took it any further, but just as I was mentioning it actually to a family member. Shout out to Mookie. Everybody who knows me know who Mookie is.
Shout out to Mookie.
She brought to my attention, and let it be known she's 12 years old.
Mookie boo.
She brought to my attention, and some of y'all might know this, but I didn't know it. And I can admit that the melanin in our systems as black people, which is the coloring, our color, not the coloring, our color, which controls our color and our tone, can be extracted and transferred over to Caucasian people. I couldn't even get it out. To give them color.
And we've seen examples of it being done.
Now, I can't see your faces, but I can see your pick your chin up. Yes, I said what I said. Our color can be extracted. Our melanin can be extracted from our bodies, transformed into, I guess it's a process, and then given to Caucasian people on a regular basis, and their skin will eventually be as dark as ours.
You know what? I just want to say, I'm not shocked, but I'm like, damn.
It's not like it's something I didn't hear about like 20, 30 years ago, but not really extraction.
Right.
But the need or the want to be able to do this. I didn't know that it's actually something that's going on now. And then for him to come, for Big Ran to come to me and tell me about the 64,000 black women missing, and it says no. It didn't say men. It said black women. So maybe their levels or strengths of melanin might be stronger than men, black men.
Is what they seeking? Because
obviously,
I'm gonna tell you, yes, I did come across that with the 6, but I knew about the melanin, but I didn't know to the extent of what you're telling me right now. Like that, I'm kind of shocked and appalled, and then I think I'm more shocked and appalled, and I think I'm more hurt behind the fact that our people don't really, as much social media pages as we have, I really only heard one person really talk about this on their social media page. Like, how can this not be a topic of today?
Now, if I may, we're not coming out and saying that there is a connection, because we haven't found that in writing.
But we're researching.
And we definitely be letting you know.
I had some young ladies at my job, and I told them tonight, you should really listen to the show. And I normally don't tell people at my job to do that. You know, if you listen, you listen. If you don't, you don't. But I told them because they do a lot of traveling. And, you know, the one thing I've read about doing my research on sovereign states and human rights and things like that, that there's a lot of women, black women, who are being kidnapped for sex trafficking, body parts.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah. So I wanted them to listen because, you know, a lot of us don't think it can happen to us. Most people have that attitude like, well, it can't happen to me. This is a very serious topic, and I'm very surprised that it doesn't take more presidents, you know what I mean? Take a more presidential approach to this, because there's a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot of women. That's a lot of black women.
How many of them women said that before they was
abducted?
Allegedly.
All views and opinion and all music played by this station is not owned, or we do not have the rights. We claim a disclaimer. I just wanted to say that.
You just express an understanding of what the hell we just learned.
This is incredible, people. And I'm telling you, like my biggest thing is that we are not really talking about it on social media. Like, our black sisters are disappearing one by one. And we're not even taking the time to say, you know what, we need to do something about it. Does anybody care? And here's the thing. I hear a lot of people say, well, they don't care. Who's they? Because I don't see our people reporting on it too tough either now. So who is they? I need to know who's they.
I don't know. I'm following up on something while you're speaking as far as these girls that's missing. I'm
going to it right now. I'm going to make everybody aware of this. This might be a topic I might have to sit on for a minute, because I'm lost in this one here. Let me read it now.
Yeah.
Let me read it now. This is nationwide.
Well, it says, over the years, a disturbingly disproportionate number of black women and girls across the United States have gone missing. What's even more alarming is that the media coverage and legislation that missing black girls are getting seems to be lacking compared to missing white girls.
Now, mind you, people, they just gave this black young man life for a crime he may not have committed, and the girl was white. That trial went national. Every time you hear about a young lady being found or killed, she's always white, never black. Only time you hear about a woman being killed the black is because they try to say she went crazy first before the incident happened. Even when you had the officer who shot the innocent lady, Man, I'm so messed up right now behind the story. It doesn't make sense. But we got to report. We got to let you understand that this is very, very serious. This stuff is happening, people.
We have to share this information with each other.
We have to tell each other. We have to start preparing ourselves for the worst, little by little. I don't know if they're trying to wipe us out. I don't know. I can't say that. I don't want to say that. But that's what it looks like. I want to read something.
Mm-hmm.
According to reports, when black girls go missing, it's often unclear whether they have run away from home, were inflicted violence, abducted, sent into the sex industry, among others basically. Their safety and assurance to be brought back home was commonly ignored and not an utmost concern. This is how they talk about our black women, people.
Mm-hmm.
This is how they report our black women. And I'm telling you, this is coming from blacknews.com, so you know it's right. There's a group right now where you can go to called blackandmissing.org to find out more information. But people, we're sharing this information because we want our sisters to understand, as well as our brothers.
You mainly got to be careful out there.
Because
there is something going on.
Mm-hmm.
And being that we know it, and if we can spread the word, we can find out what's going on. The media is the best thing that we have right now as far as communication.
Underground and mainstream media. We got to do a little more. I mean, this is something new to us. We have a lot of people who are ahead of us who've been doing this YouTube or whatever you podcasting for a minute. But man, I've never really heard anybody talk about these missing black women.
People always say what they would have did if they would have known. You now know. If you didn't know before, you now know. So if it ain't to the littlest point to just spread the word to somebody else.
You know, I always hear people say conspiracy. Does this seem like a government conspiracy? This seems like this is something worldwide. This doesn't seem like this is just about one particular... These women are being found. They're not being found. These women are being abducted all around the United States. Black women, young, old. And we don't know if that's connected with the melanin. We don't know. But it's just unusual for a person who's born of a Caucasian background to want to turn themselves into a black American. And Tone hit it right on the head. He said, well, you know, they get cancer from the sun if they're out in the sun too long. But half these motherfuckers bathed on the beach, half naked.
But that's why they need that PFT, whatever it is, the suntan lotion. Black people are not the highest
are we targets?
Purchaser. We've always been a target.
They believe black men are targeted by police. So what do you think? Black women are targets for human trafficking and sex?
We're targeted just by birth.
God damn. We can't change nothing right now, man.
As you said once before with the serial numbers and social security numbers, they want to know where you at and what you're doing at all times from birth. That's why even when you're born, you take a footprint.
Yeah.
Depending on how your birth came. Some people in the sovereign states, they don't worry about that. There's no fingerprint. There's no footprint of my child.
All you do is sign the book and you get a certificate that you was born there. What's going on, man? And how come nobody's reporting this? That's what I want to know. How come nobody's talking about it? You think somebody's hiding something?
Something's always being hidden.
The hell is going on in America? What are we doing to ourselves?
I don't even want to look over all the things that's going on.
What are we doing to ourselves? What are we? And I'm watching a lot of people, like even our underground people who have good channels. I don't hear them really talking about it either, but they might have reported it once or twice. This is something that you might need to throw back and forth for a while, man. 64,000 black women?
Missing presently.
This is crazy.
I would never think it was something like that. Man. No, well, it says here, as of 2014, 64,000 women and girls were missing across the USA.
United States of America, land of the free.
Most of those are not.
Home of the brave.
They don't receive as much media attention as public support to be found. So they're not even talking about it. They know it, but they're not talking about it.
I don't even see a lot of
staying local.
I don't even see a lot of our black women standing up behind this either. Not throwing shade. I'm not throwing shade. I don't hear them talking about that. This is something, man, this shit really blew my mind.
How come we don't notice this?
I think we do, and I think a lot of people are afraid to really converse about it. Like, you can't even get a panel to sit down and talk about that.
And I don't think this is like 64,000 today. I'm seeing it go through years, from like up to 2014.
Yeah, but it might be the fact of all of that combined, all the years combined.
That's what it is.
It's just like a murder rate in the last 10 years. But that's crazy, man. That makes no sense. Now, there is an organization, like I said, blackandmissing.org. If I'm saying it right, I hope I am. Shout out to them. You know, but somebody got to, I don't know how to really start a campaign to stand up for them. I really don't know how to go about that, because that's not really, I don't know who to talk to or to make people aware or man, I wish I could put that on a t-shirt.
Oh, you can. All you can do
Our black women are missing. What are we doing about it?
More about it and localize it to wherever the bulk of it is at. Just make sure people are aware. That's starting something on its own if you keep people aware.
I want to wear a t-shirt that reads, "Our black women are missing. Help." I want a t-shirt like that. Our black women are missing. Help. We can go commercial, man. Drink got me all shook up, man. I feel, man, because, you know, as a we let's just take the commercial and we're going to come back. We'll come back to that.
I'm sorry.
Take a commercial.
I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white.
What about this?
We all want to help one another.
Parmesan, the official drink of Living Room TRT. Yeah, we drink that. We drink that Parmesan.
Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives a
We back, people.
Just had to take a deep breath.
So as I left off, my whole thing was I started to say, as a father, one of the worst things you ever want to hear is that your loved one has been abducted.
Just missing.
Just missing, period, yes.
Just missing.
Thank you for correcting me.
Just being missing.
Yeah, because this is really unheard, and I'm very disturbed because it's not really getting the social media that it should, mainstream media or underground. As black men, we have a right to protect our women, but we don't do so as we should sometimes. And I think that hurts. That gives everybody else the opportunity to say that, okay, well, if you're not going to protect them, why are you asking me to? That's an alarming number, man, for people to be missing. That's alarming right there.
At any period of time.
I really don't know what to say or to do or how to approach it, because that's one of those things where you say, how do you make people aware that our black women are missing when our black men are dying? Who gonna fight for our black women? Because our black men are out here dying. And they're dying to get ahead, while our black women are fighting to survive. That's a deadly combination. And in the mix of all that, we're having babies.
Well, I'm just looking at the photos of the women.
The
and
transformation?
They all could be no. They all could be a sister, a daughter, a mother, an aunt. Just looking at them, cousin. All them faces look familiar in some type of way. God bless y'all.
Why is it not getting the attention it deserves? Why? I know I'm not really asking you. I'm not really asking the listeners. I'm asking myself that question out loud. Even to myself, like, what am I doing that I didn't recognize that? Does it have to happen in my area or close to my area for me to recognize that we got black sisters out there screaming for help?
If it's 64,000 within the United States, it's in your area somewhere. It's the ones you might have seen even on the news. On News 12, they said, have you seen Tammy, just say for instance.
You're right, too.
Who, we don't know. We didn't follow up to find out if they ever found Tammy. Just hypothetical.
We are in a world of hate, man.
There's a bunch of Tammys that I'm looking at.
We are in a world of hate, man. And we don't even know why we hate each other. We don't even know why we can't even get this shit straight, man.
So you waiting for this to straighten out?
Listen, sooner or later, God's gonna get fed up with a lot of things. And I say that each day that he doesn't correct the world, it's each day he gives us a chance to right our wrongs. He gives us that opportunity. Problem is, do we take the opportunity? Do we seize the moment? Or do we capitalize? Because it seems like we capitalize a lot on death in this country. Most people have their social media pages to attack one another, to put the next person down. I've been watching a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, these people are excellent at reporting, but they do get caught up in that phase of, I'm going to put you down right now.
Well, that's what's profitable in media.
Right.
That's what's profitable. That's what gains you views and all of that. When you show blatant disrespect and things like that. So that's what you got to expect. If that's what somebody going to get a cheer at, they're going to continue to do that.
But meanwhile, we got our black women going missing, and ain't nobody reporting on that. Including myself.
But then there's also a lot of people that just don't care.
They don't care.
It's not part of their life. It's nobody they know.
That's right. And I just was about to say that. To me, it seems like a person only gets involved unless they get infected. Like if this epidemic of black women missing is comes and it affects you, then I guess that's how people get in. You're right. That's a very good point. Like if you don't make it, if it's not happening to you or in your family, then it's basically not your business.
Then you go on with, I got too much going on, to think about something that's not even related to me, and it's the different things.
There's a woman I was looking at, and I know what you was looking at too, that scroll. There's a woman in there that she's been missing for a while, but she has 5 children. And damn, I was saying to myself, damn, she got 5 children, that mother's missing. Can you imagine what them children are going through? How they might be lashing out,
How people might be lashing out at them.
Yes.
Somebody had to take them kids in. Or maybe where they was at, they had other relatives, father, or somebody that can continue on to guide them, where they wouldn't have to be separated. That's a lot of children.
We need a leader.
We need a leader.
We need a leader. We need someone to stand up, not just for the color of our skin, but we need someone just to stand up for human beings right now, just to stop a lot of this shit that's going on.
That's what human rights is supposed to be.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we need a leader. We need someone to put that right into exercise, because I really don't know how to do it. And I'm going to be honest with you, because a lot of people won't admit it, but I'm so afraid of putting myself on that forefront to try to even do something like that, because I don't want myself or nobody close to me to get harmed for trying to correct something that should have been corrected a long time ago. I'm admit that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of them.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? I have to applaud those people who stand on the front line to do certain things. But we need a leader. We need one person now for somebody to sit down and say enough is enough. But we need somebody that's correct.
Because we got different areas and things that maybe come together.
No. Don't get me wrong. We need a panel, but we need a leader for the panel.
Okay.
We need a leader for the panel.
Why the panel can't lead?
No, there's nothing wrong with the panel to lead, but
you need a speaker?
It's not so much of a speaker. Sometimes a panel can't get across what one person can. Sometimes that eye-to-eye contact.
So you need a speaker.
No, it's not necessarily a speaker. It's a representative, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a speaker. It's just a representative.
Right. Okay.
We need a
someone who expresses what the group wants or needs.
See, what I'm trying to say is we need a representative, but we don't need it's not just a representative for the black sisters. We need a representative for human rights, because what's happening to people right now in general, not just blacks, in general, even to the mothers.
That wouldn't be.
Hold on. Even to, because we about to get into this and we haven't finished our research, but I'm gonna just give them a little taste. Even to the mothers who have to fight for their rights for their disability, their disabled child after a certain age, where the state feels they got a right to take you to court for your child that you took care of for 18 years because he has a disability. Mm-hmm. And we got to get into that.
What are you saying is happening to him or them?
I'm saying what's happening right now is we have no one who can put forth the human right bill to make it stand strong. Like we had civil rights leaders who went as far as they can go. Now, blacks already have been established. We just ain't established the way we would like to be. And I get that. Because some of us have prestigious jobs and some of us don't. Some of us work real hard and some of us don't. Some of us contribute and some of us don't.
No, so that's by choice.
I'm saying that.
Okay.
But we don't have can you name a representative right now that we have that can bring all groups of life together under one roof to talk about the problem of the human race? No, we don't have that. To me, that's what a president is supposed to do. To me, that's what a president is supposed to be able to sit down with his fellow countrymen and fix a problem that he knows that can be fixed. You know a lot about black women are being abducted. Hell, there's a lot of black leaders who know why our women are being abducted and won't speak up on it. They know what's happening. Especially this situation in that one that took place in Washington, D.C., where within 24 hours they had all them girls missing. And during that time, and no, like I said, people, I don't take shots at people, I only speak the truth. During that time, Oprah Winfrey went to Africa to rescue some girls somewhere else. But you won't even take care of the girls in your backyard.
Uh-oh.
And that's where I got a problem with a lot of our people who sit in position.
What do you think they figured if you here, you should be able to make it?
We're not talking black. I'm talking human beings now. I'm not talking black. I'm not talking white. I'm talking human beings.
People come from everywhere. They don't have to be black.
Because we're going to speak on as far as what's human and what. Right now there's a protest going on about the church in Notre Dame that burned down. Because the person or the corporation stepped up to give millions and millions of dollars to fix this church.
Right.
But yeah, we got starving people across the world.
Oh, I said that the day after, because the day after they had $700 million collected.
Yeah. And I don't get that.
$700 million within 24 hours.
24 hours. And you mean to tell me you can find that money like that, but you can't find missing girls? You can't find a problem. You don't know who's doing it. I mean, come on, what's going on? Is money that important that it takes a whole ethnic group and they try to wipe it out using the money? They use the money, the amendment, and they also use the Constitution to try to wipe out a certain race. And because we won't read or because we won't take the time to go back and listen to our forefathers before us who learned the rules and who are trying to teach it. I mean, I had to go back and listen to Malcolm X and Malcolm and Martin Luther again. Had to reassess myself. Had to do my homework. Like, I never understood. They marched for civil rights, which I thought was beautiful, but I never understood why they never marched for civil liberty or human rights. Why they never did a little, just a little more. And then I had to think, like, you know what? Maybe a little more. Look what they did got them. So if they would have dug a little more, where would they be? They might have wiped out these people's whole family, man. Just because they was explaining the Constitution and the amendment. And that's what people are really not understand what really happened, man. You got all these black women. If this count was involved in white women, and I'm sorry I have to use this term, but if this involved Caucasian women, do you think we will be talking about this topic the same way? With hurt and understand it with hurt and passion.
No, this would have been broadcast.
It would have been all over the news, man.
Yeah, they documented that.
But we yet have no idea why we have a lot of people who have social media pages underground now who don't report it at all either. You may have some people, and for those who are doing it, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't come across any, so don't get excited and say, oh, no, he ain't checked my page. I haven't. It's a lot of people. But I'm just telling you I haven't. When I Google it on YouTube, I don't really see it on a personal level. And I could be wrong. We're in a world of crisis, but what kind of crisis are we in? Are we in a financial crisis, or are we in a human crisis? Because a lot of things that's happening, it seems like it's just happening right now. Because it just seems like the way the momentum is shifting, like it's just falling on African American people.
Nah.
I'm just telling you what it seemed like. My opinion.
Okay.
My opinion.
I see it falling on all aspects. You look at weather conditions. I just seen the tornado just hit today. Tore up. I can't think of the state. I caught it on the way.
I want you to think about what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm just telling you that we're being targeted, and you're telling me about the weather in the States.
I'm telling you how everything is changing. I know.
But they're not being targeted. They're not being shot down in the street, and they're not 64,000 kidnapped on a title program. So now I can't go with that weather thing. Sorry, can't do that. You can't throw that weather thing at me, man. This is something personal. You got video of black men being shot down in the street, and you got evidence that black women are missing. And then it could be from this melanin. We don't know. Allegedly. Don't want to say that.
I don't even say allegedly. That's just two different situations.
We
don't know if they.
Okay.
We don't know if they combined or connected.
But yet, melanin is when you take it from a darker person and put it in a lighter person, is it not?
Something like that. It ain't said like that, but yeah, okay.
Okay, so do you find when you research that a person is melanin is being taken from an Afro-American man or woman, or person? Let's say person.
Women.
Okay, women. Mm-hmm. And injected into
go ahead.
Other African-American women?
No.
Who are they being injected to?
Caucasian.
So is it safe to say that got to find the right words, because you don't want to hit a disclaimer.
What right words do you need?
Is this a known? What I'm saying is this a known fact?
Yes, they have it for sale.
Okay, now you hit me with a number of how long they've been actually doing this. Hit me with the number again, because you said, if I'm not correct, you said 1896, right? 1896, right? I'll let you research it. Go ahead, back to it. Go ahead, check on it, man. Check on it. Go ahead and check on it. As the plot thickens. Oh, man.
I don't know. It was something in that fact. I don't even have it up now.
He said, you don't know what's something.
I don't have it up anymore.
Wow, man. We're going to go to a quick commercial, and we're going to come back. We're going to let him go ahead and find that, man.
Remy, do say, oh, that's good, it's real good. But look, Christmas time, Thanksgiving, we got family together. Yeah, I got you. Let's go get some Hennessy, do say, Remy. But if I'm just going to a kickback, I'm with my boys, I'm with myself. Y'all gonna drink this? Oh, y'all ain't getting nothing. This do the same thing to you. And it's cheap. We get everybody messed up for $24. And they have something left over for next weekend. So the moral of this story is, to all my Parmesan drinkers, just because we drink Parmesan don't mean we broke. Don't let nobody tell you that. You smart. Hey, Nick told you you smart. Okay? So with that being said,
Parmesan, the drink of choice. Big Red, Stone,
Gotta be live.
Live from the living room. Big Red, Stone,
Gotta be live.
live from the living room. Big Red, Stone,
Gotta be live.
live from the Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back. Now, you asked the question before we left. As far back, I see as far back as 1896.
I hit it on the head. I knew that's what you said when you first told me. 1896 people, they've been extracting melanin, that's how you say it? Melanin from black women.
By boiling it.
Wait, hold on now. Before I get to how it's done, let me get it straight. Since 1896.
That's correct.
They've been extracting melanin from black women. Right?
From both skin and hair.
Both skin and hair. And injecting it into Caucasians.
Yes.
1896.
I don't know if it was for the purpose of the sun or if the purpose of just darkening
doesn't matter
the
what
skin.
the purpose for. Doesn't matter what it's for. That don't matter. We'll get to all that later. Now, what I want to know is, does it tell you who started it? Who did the first?
It doesn't say who started it. It just speaks of the study came from, or the work was written up by William John Young. You might can look him up if you like.
William John. Yeah, let's look up William John.
And Abel and Davis is what it says. Abel and Davis, 1896, prepared melanin from both skin and hair of a Negro by heating the materials at 100 degrees with 5.6% potassium hydrochlorides.
Oh. When you look up William John Young, they show his picture. Do you also know that he's a corporation? What? You see what I'm saying?
Why wouldn't he be?
William John Young Professional Corporation. Let's look up the corporation.
That William John Young money go a long way.
Goes a long way. And it sits in Canada, too.
That's what you call being born rich. They got the formulas and everything on how they break it down. I just wasn't able to come up with the extraction point.
Wow, man.
If it has to be a certain extraction point. But it's basically on the, I believe it said the epidermis, which is one of the layers of the skin, combined with alkalis or a strong acid to melt down the tissues of the melanin.
He has degrees in medicine, and he began his research early in his career. Was granted the Levenstein and Dalton Research Expedition for 1899 to 1900 and 1900 to 1901, respectively. Oh, we're going to do some research on this deal. Keep that in mind. William John Young. This is a corporation. Now, this guy might, possibly, allegedly, might be the first person to extract melanin from the body to other bodies. This is where education begins and research ends. Because this is people, this is serious.
Well, they don't speak as if this is the beginning of the start.
No, but I'm just saying, look, right now, he sits on the forefront of the beginning. Now, he might not be the actual one. He might have learned it from somebody. Because from the time he was born in 1878, he was born in Manchester, England. He received his first, degree. It's a Bachelor of Science degree in 1898. So already he was messing with medicine at an early age. And then he received his Master's of Science in 1902 at Owen College in Manchester. So this guy's already been in the medicine.
Like I said, long money.
His first experiment, he was experimenting with yeast.
Everything is always experimented with yeast first.
It was a yeast extract from earlier. Oh man, we're gonna get into this dude. We're gonna definitely get into Mr. William John Young. Yeah, we're gonna get into you, brother. We're gonna get into you, brother. I need to find out. This melanin thing got me tripping. This is serious, man. Because you know what? Here's a question I need to ask you, if you can answer it. And if you can, it's okay.
I'm sure.
Is melanin found only in black women, not men?
No, it's in men too.
It's in men too?
Yeah, it's got to do with the color of the skin, not the sex.
Not the sex. Okay, good point. So, at this point, does that make you think about when you go to the doctor and you get a needle and they take your blood? Laughing, but I'm asking. Yeah. Now you sitting there thinking
taking your blood is not taking your melanin out of blood.
Wait, whoa. You said it had to be extracted. So it got to be extracted from your fluid or something. Why can't it be extracted from your blood?
Well, from
your
what
DNA.
I've seen, I'm definitely going to check into it. But from what I've seen, it's got to be extracted from your skin. Which in terms is to get to the blood. No, I don't agree with that.
Listen, but you got to remember, times have changed. Science is different.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a lot with your DNA. Goddamn doctors taking your melon while you going to the doctor. You'll be shocked about like that. You going to the doctors for a checkup and he checking you up all right. He or she, because the doctor could be a she. Yeah, she checking you up all right. He or she taking our damn melon. Ain't that some shit? For somebody to take your pigmentation because they want to, man, and to kill for it. That's what's happening. I seen that, yo, man, I'm telling you, where did I hear that word at the first time? What was we doing? We was researching something that went wrong. We was researching something that went wrong. Oh, I know where I first heard the word. See? Once I start thinking, I'm on the road. I first heard the word, that's what made me want to get really interested in doing Real Hop, the Kanika Jenkins case.
What word?
Melanin.
Oh.
That's where I first heard it. That's where I first heard it, where I first read it. And you know what? As God is my witness, I thought the person who reported it, I said, oh, they just reaching. I don't even know what the hell that is. And look, God brought me back full circle on the same thing. Still, though, that still leads us to the 64,000 women that are missing. This is serious, man. I'm glad you brought this to my attention, that we could have this talk about Mellon and Mr. William William John Young, whatever his name is. Owen College. We're gonna go up into Manchester. We're gonna find out what Owen College is and what they teaching.
I'm not going up in there. What part of where you say you from? Boston or Connecticut? You said something.
Manchester, England.
Oh, England. Oh.
He's from England. See what I'm saying? That's royalty. You gotta think about it now. He's in a sovereign land. That's royalty, where you're able to practice medicine and things like that. Do people really understand why Jack the Ripper exists?
Tell us why Jack the Ripper exists.
He was a doctor, allegedly, who performed experiment. Like he would take certain body parts from people, mostly women. I don't know why women. I guess women were easy to lure. I don't know. Couldn't say why. Never knew why he chose women. I didn't hear too much about him killing men. But I'm just saying that now because as you bring up this Mellon and the things that, and the time that all this took place and the time that they started doing experiments, and here this guy, William John Young, comes up right around the time that we say Jack the Ripper was born. But here he has a Bachelor of Science and a Master's in Science. You see what I'm trying to get at here?
There's a thin line between a genius and a maniac.
But what if William John Young was affiliated with Jack the Ripper? Where they experimented early on black women and white, because I don't know. They always show with Jack the Ripper that it was all white women. You understand what I'm saying? He killed, so I don't want to say it was because of the men. I don't know. But I'm just saying how when you start reading things and the time things take place, and you start reading about killing, you be like, God damn, all this was happening at the same time. They're experimenting on the melanin and Jack the Ripper's out there ripping and tearing. What's going on? What the?
Ain't nothing got nothing to do with the other.
What the Scooby-Doo is in the air, man. What the Scooby-Doo is in the air. Shout out to the Joey Barron podcast, too, man. Shout out to you, man. I like Joey Barron, man. I want to be on your show, Joey.
Shout out to the Ballies.
I want to be on your show, Joey. I like your topics. I like what you talk about. I like everything. Man, your show, Joey. Joey, I want to be on your show. There's a lot of shows I like, too. Shout out to the Wake and Bake Boys, Marvel Fam, Vanguard. Shout out to my girl, Noelle. She got a beautiful hair skin product. As soon as I can get together to work out the formations with her and everything, when she's comfortable with letting me promote her and things like that. 'Cause I think it's a good product. You know, we always do the black owned for life up here. We do that here.
All day.
We do that here. Shout out to Ra Ra, Pro Assassin. Miss Clark. Mm-hmm. The author. The businesswoman. Did we forget anybody?
We always forget somebody.
Yeah. Forgive us. Oh, Sleep, CEO. C-Ball.
About to say that.
Shout out to them.
Forget about Dillinger. Behringer, I'm sorry.
You said Dillinger.
I said Dillinger.
Behringer Newer. Hewitt Packard. Logitech, Yamaha. Definitely the Paul Masson. Y'all hear the commercials. I know y'all like our commercials, man. I know y'all like the commercials. Go ahead, man. Y'all know y'all like them commercials. But anyway, people, please don't forget. Please. It's an epidemic right now of body snatching going on across America.
He said body snatch.
Body snatching.
Just look it up, y'all. Y'all get a minute. You ain't even got to do it right now. You get a minute, just look it up. Just keep track. We got more people keeping in contact through the media. More can be done. Just passing the word is also helping. That's what we was told, and that's what we're doing.
If you're listening, pass it on. That's right. He's made it clear. My man been on point tonight.
They need to hear it again. Just hit rewind when it's time to play it.
My boy been on point tonight. Big woody woo to my boy Woody woo, cause he been on point tonight, man. He's on point tonight. This melanin thing got me tripping, man. I'm tripping right now. Sons of a guns been doing on to us all this time, man. These sons of a guns, man. Sons of a guns, man.
We just been in denial. Cause we wasn't there. We just didn't feel it. We're forgetting about our forefathers and what they went through to get us to this point.
Amen. And we gotta push on. This is serious, man. You may hear a little caramel. How you say it?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't even say the word right now. You know, we just pass it on. There's a lot of body snatching going on across America. Pass it on, people. We need to start protecting our system.
Pass it on. Learn your rights.
Yeah.
Before you get in a situation, know how to handle a situation. This all can help you going into jobs, understanding what your rights is as far as even applying for a job, going through an interview.
Let's try to put them guns down. Let's try to keep the anger. Even I'm working on myself. We got to take different approach in life because we're losing at an abundance rate. We going backwards instead of going forwards. We are actually going backwards. Well, we have to start new organizations in order to deal with what's going on in the world today. That's when you know you're going backwards, when you have to create new ones to deal with the new problems of today, because they were old problems yesterday. Please don't misunderstand. We do not point the fingers up here at Living Room TRT. We are only expressing ourselves on what we learn and why we know why certain things are happening. When you start doing research and you start looking up, because research takes you from page to page to page. We started out tonight with black women missing, talked about melanin, ended up with my man William John Young. I'm gonna get at this dude. I'm sorry. Something about this. When I saw that William John Young professional corporation, what is a professional corporation?
Long money.
Yo, that's a good man. I'm telling you, ding, 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 my boy on point tonight. But I never heard that before.
You never heard of long money?
Never heard of a professional corporation.
Well, you got to be in one to know about one, I guess.
You ain't lying about that, man.
That's why my explanation is just long money.
Long.
Because you're not just a corporation, you're a professional corporation.
Mm-hmm.
That means don't start none, won't be none. They full in defense.
Man, how long you think a corporation lawyer lives? Because he know too damn much.
He's part of it.
Yeah.
He's living well.
You think he get life?
It depends if you keep it on the legal. If you keep it on the legal, you ain't got nothing to worry about. When they start dealing with people who doing underhanded stuff, which most of the time something happen, you can't get caught up. There's a chance you taking everything.
Nah. They killing his ass. He know too damn much. He might, man, listen. Somebody better comes along. He getting rid of his ass. Anyway, people, we about to wrap it up. Please pay attention to tonight's show. Like Tone said, when you press play, rewind. Please understand the key words tonight. Our black sister, 64,000 missing, and the most important word that you could know for the night was melanin. Am I saying it correct?
Melanin. Sounds correct.
Please really pay attention to that, because I think that's becoming a real topic.
I don't think it's connected.
Yes, it is. I do.
You think it's connected?
Yes.
Why would they have to steal it? It's something that's been going on for over 100 years, hundreds of years.
Here's the thing, and I was hoping to avoid this question because I really didn't have the answer, but I'm gonna take a shot at it. I believe that when that part might be the most important part, but there are other parts that they take too. So if you take the whole package, you can get what you want. The problem is, what are they doing that the bodies don't show up?
What?
My thing is, if they're missing, right?
Right.
And let's presume that they're dead.
Go
you
ahead.
Can't say that. You don't want to say that because you got. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me rethink that.
It depending on the time period, we don't know. But I don't believe it's due to melanin. Melanin is highly distributed. It's not like it's something that's on the low, like bone marrow. It's not like bone marrow.
And you know what's funny?
So they ain't got to kill you for that.
I was at work and a brother showed me a picture where after you die, you could turn no lie, this is real.
Right.
He showed me everything, where you could turn yourself into a tree. I think they cremate you or some kind of way where you could come back. I'm no lie. Look it up.
Wait, let me understand. Say that again.
You can I guess your
after
body,
you die.
I guess they build around your body. I gotta look it up. I'm not sure, but I know what I'm.
I don't know what you
I swear I saw that, man. I swear to God, he showed me to me.
You can't even explain what you saw.
Because I can't.
You told me I know I saw that, but all right, explain to me what you saw.
Let me see. Let's put in after death.
Oh damn.
After death.
After death's process towards regrowth.
Turning. Look, there it is. After death, turn into a tree. What? Look what I'm saying. What am I saying, man? What? Bios. What is this shit here, man? And this was on CNN. Come on, man. You see what I'm reading? The biodegradable burial pod that turns your body into a tree.
Bio urine will turn you into a tree. What?
What? And I'm telling you, and I said to people, say,
after you die.
Now, do you think that's connected?
Wait,
what? You reading it? What you, wait. You act like what you reading.
So you think I believe everything I read online?
Man, come on.
Who's telling you
While
that?
you rest in peace, the wood, the synthetic cushioning, and the metals generally used in traditional coffin, as well as the concrete around reinforced graves, continue to litter the earth. A lot of energy, man. They getting rid of the coffins and they're giving you tree pods.
What do you mean tree pods? And then, and you just put that in the ground?
You're not listening, man.
No, I'm not listening. I was trying to read something.
If you look, I just told you where to go. It shows you.
It ain't showing me.
It says once buried, they say the biodegradable plastic shell breaks down and remains provide nutrients to a sapling planted right above it. And your body is used.
So you grow within the tree, in other words.
You grow within the tree. They use you as mulch.
Yeah, exactly.
So now where you think the bodies are going? They're not. See, here's the thing. People look at me like the body. Look, if you got 64,000 people missing, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many dead bodies are we finding that's really being reported on the news? None.
Well, some, but go ahead.
My whole thing is they coming up with new ways to dispose of bodies.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I said it.
That's telling.
I said it.
Okay. You sure?
I'm saying it might all be connected. Allegedly, by disclaimer, whatever you say, it all might be. Listen, people experiment. You don't get shit like this by just saying, we going to throw the body
I wonder how I could just put some dirt in it and just go away.
You burn the body to ashes and you put that ash, it's the same damn thing.
Yeah.
You use the nutrients of the body around the tree. The people, grow your weed. You saw the movie.
No.
Half Baked or whatever that joint, or How High.
Oh, yeah, okay.
How High.
I did see that one.
How High. People thought it was a joke, but we're going to get into that too. We're going to get into that with Mr. William Young. We're going to bring all that to you on the next show. Let's get out of here, man.
Came up with some shit.
Came up with some shit. Peace out to Longfellow Radio. We love you. 87.9 on your dial.
On your radio.
Longfellow Radio. I like that. You've been listening to Randy Tone on Living Room TRT.
Be safe out there, people.
We live. Huh? Say who? What'd you say?
I said be safe out there, people. I know that. You tell me. You said. Well, who said?
Oh, man.
Yeah. You better go ahead with that one. I could know, but all right.
Yeah, we better get on up out of here, man.
Yeah.
This one took too long. Man. Something. Oh, man. Go ahead, man.
Okay.
You are something else.
Wait till we get off here.
Good night, people.
Live from the living room. Big Ran, Tone, Lord, gotta be live. Live from the living room. Big Ran, Tone, Lord, gotta be live. Live from the